Well, thank you very much for joining me on this video. If you've ever taken my Money Machine seminar or read these notes that I send out in my e-newsletter or watched these videos, for example, you'll know that I espouse a very simple plan. It's a 3-step plan. Buy one property a year for 10 years, never amortize over more than 15 years, and never sell. If you follow that plan, 25 years from the day you start, all your properties are paid for, and you've got pretty good source of income. In fact, you will have more income than you ever had in your working life. And when I say 25 year, it's going to take you less time than 25 year for a couple of reasons. One is you're going to find that the rent goes up every year, but your acquisition cost stays constant. And that additional rent will allow you to pay the mortgage down quicker. In addition to that, in year 15, the first property is paid for. Now all that money is available to pay down the mortgages on your subsequent properties that still have mortgages on them. So in all probability, 20 years or maybe less from the day you start, you've got 10 properties paid for, free and clear. That's probably today worth about $5 million. I'm working on the assumption of $500,000 a property and 10 properties. Now, the chances are you didn't pay anywhere near that because you started 15, 20 years ago, or if we're looking 15, 20 years ahead, they'll be worth a lot more than $5 million. But maybe you paid $2 million and maybe you put in 20% down, maybe you put in $400,000 over 10 years, whatever. You're in a situation now where you've got equity of $5 million, and if we work on a cap rate of 5%, that's $250,000 in surplus money that's coming in every year. Let's suppose you started fairly young, and 20 years, 18 years from the time you started, they're all paid for. You got this $250,000 a year coming in, but you just choose to continue working. You stay in your job. You decide, I like what I'm doing. I don't want to retire. I could retire, but I don't want to retire. I'm going to keep working. That means the $250,000 coming in is not required to live. You're still getting your salary. It's surplus money. And anytime you have surplus money, you have options. You have choices. And here you've got, in our illustration, $250,000 a year coming in, and that gives you an option to do some fun things. One of the things that you can do, if you want, you pay half in tax, you end up with $125,000 surplus, and with that, you can better than buy one property a year. You can continue your plan and have the subsequent purchases being paid for totally from the surplus rent that's coming in. That's an option. A lot of people do that. And you'll go from 10 properties to 15 properties to 20 properties as you build your portfolio. And each year, one more property gets paid for. Or you may decide you want to upgrade your fleet a little bit. You've got this $250,000 burning a hole in your pocket, and so you're going to renovate, you're going to remodel, maybe you'll knock out a wall, maybe you'll open concept and allow you to increase the rent, maybe you're going to air condition one unit, maybe you're going to take a duplex and add another apartment and make it a triplex. And all this is being funneled or being funded from money that's coming in from rentals, from this $250,000 that you've got coming in. I purchased a property just at the start of COVID. It was a triplex, and I paid for it with borrowed money. I put 20% down, 80% mortgage, and I put it on a floating interest rather than a fixed interest rate, solely because it allowed me to pay 20% prepayment privilege every year instead of 10. I put it on a 10-year amortization rather than 15, with a goal of having it paid off in 4 years. That was aggressive, but I'm on track completely. It will be paid off in 4 years, and it will be paid off in its entirety from money coming in from the rental income. So the thing is, you've got options, and it can be a lot of fun. So keep in mind, yes, the simple plan, one property a year for 10 years, but understand that as you walk along on this plan, all of a sudden, all kinds of other options are going to avail themselves to you, expanding your portfolio, upgrading your portfolio, buying property and paying them off quicker. And you can play with this as long as you don't need this money to live on. And then once you do retire, you just change the plan and live off that income. And probably by that time, the income you'll find is far surplus to what you need to live, and you can still play in real estate and have a great time. Thank you very much for investing your time watching this video, and I'll talk to you again next week.